Well, welcome back. Hey, I found another awesome home movie. This one taken on a little vacation down to Carpinteria Beach in January of 1934. There's my mom right there, my grandmother coming out of the house. This must be their friends, the Spencers, I guess. There's my uncle right there. Now, what really amazes me is on some of these trips that they took, the roads had to be horrendous. The cars, of course, we're talking early 30s right now. It's the height of the Depression. So the fact that my grandfather and grandmother managed to get my aunt and uncle, or excuse me, my mom and my uncle out and about so much is really says a lot. Now here's a little clip. Again, my grandfather was great with little captions. Must be his dog at the time, named Mac, the reference to Scotty. My grandfather was born in Scotland, so I think that was probably the reference. Now, I see my grandfather here. One of the things I didn't realize until I watched these old home movies was the fact that my grandfather smoked like a smokestack. There he is right there with a cigarette in his mouth. Because when I knew him, in the, remember knowing him in the early 60s, for example, he didn't smoke, but I think he'd already had a heart attack from smoking and quit smoking. Now there's my mom and my uncle right there digging in the sand. I wonder how much tar they ended up getting on them. In Carpinteria, if you've been there, you know that the tar or the natural asphalt just kind of oozes up from the ground at the beach right there, and you couldn't spend a day without, when you got home, you suddenly see these tar black spots on the carpet or floor from your feet. You'd pick it up, you wouldn't even realize it. Now, it's a natural oil field. I know there's some offshore rigs that are there as well, so it is a part of an oil field. The Chumash Indians actually utilize that tar to waterproof their canoes, and they built wood planked vessels as well, and they used it as kind of a caulking. Now, one of the most awesome shots, and here it is right here. You see a bunch of surfers at Carpenteria. This is a crowded day. This would be a crowded day today. And it appears that most of them are Tom Blake style. Whoop. There's a demonstration how not to stop. A big paddleboard probably weighs about 50 pounds. You don't stop it with your head. Classic parallel stance. Chances are all of these guys knew each other. In 1932, Tom Blake styles were beginning to be manufactured by companies like Thomas Rogers Company, LA Ladder Company, Catalina Equipment Company, so you could purchase them. But there were still only probably about 3,000 surfers worldwide at this time in the mid-30s. So this is kind of a rare shot, I think. Well, there's a little farewell shot to my mom and uncle playing in the water, which probably in January was around 52 degrees. So thank God for wetsuits. All right. Thanks for watching. Aloha.